Interesting conversations with interesting people. You don't know them at all.
Welcome to You Don't Know Them, interesting conversations with interesting people. My name is Matt Lawson, and I'm here with Ryan Ayersman, and we are going to be doing our first of many mano y mano episodes, where it's just the two of us, and you get to see a glimpse inside the madness of the two hosts of You Don't Know Them. Are you ready, Ryan?
I'm ready, Matt.
You better be, because we already did it.
I know.
The
Hopefully
podcast is over.
Yeah. Hopefully the people like it. Just a couple of gentlemen being gentlemen together.
That is not what it is. That is not what it is.
Well, it's not necessarily the polar opposite. It's just like we said, it's just a couple of gentlemen. I'll use gentlemen in there. I want to be one. I'm dying to be one.
You aspire
every day.
Yes. Every day I wake up and I say, damn it, Ryan, you're going to be a gentleman.
I don't want to be an ugly man. I want to be a gentleman to people.
I want to be a handsome gentleman.
Yeah. Put my monocle in my right eye and
yes. That's my favorite emoji, by the way. I love that emoji.
Excuse me. Do
you have the COVID?
The monocle. There's a monocle emoji. What is that supposed to represent? Because, like, if I was supposed to be a smiley face,
the handsome gentleman, I don't know.
That's me. Yeah. Okay. I see.
I use it more as a, what the fuck are you doing over there? Kind of.
Oh, like I'm looking.
Yeah, like analytically, just like, what did you just say? Like something's up with you, and I'm questioning your existence. Kind of emoji.
Got it. I see.
I will send you the emoji right now because I kind of want to send it to you essentially going, how do you not know what this emoji is? Like you'll feel the condensation. Is that a word? Here we go again.
Oh, well, see, the reason, yes, it's like it is a questioning examination face along with the monocle. So yes, I understand what's going on here. You know, the only emojis that I really associate
condescending. Condescending.
It's not condescending. What now?
Oh yeah, that's totally what it's supposed to be.
Oh, I see. It is.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm analytically condescending.
I'm looking at your moral judgment here, and I'm questioning it.
Something is quite off with what you just said, or being, or doing. Mm-hmm. Usually it's long pauses of conversation via text. Like, what the fuck's up with you? Something's going on.
Right. Talk to me about it.
So maybe not so...
It's a little forward, not...
Yeah. Maybe not so condescending, but we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you're getting into. This is what today's podcast is going to be like.
Yep.
You don't know them. Interesting conversations with interesting people.
So how is that work?
How is that work?
How is that work going for you, dude?
It's better than it is in the holidays.
Sure. Have things slowed down in even like a pre-pandemic way?
The mail never stops, Jerry.
I understand.
That monologue from Newman just keeps coming right to the front of my head. But yes, to be a mail carrier is to understand that the mail never stops. There is no joke about that. And it continues and continues. Some days are better than others. Yesterday, I was off by 3:00. I was out of the office within 2.5 hours or maybe 3 hours. I think I was on the road at 10 in the morning. I'm new, so usually I'm not out of the office until 12 or 12:30. And I'm not usually done until 5, 6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Be done by 3. That's dope.
For a new person, yes.
New person, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's regulars that are done by 12:30, 1 o'clock, and they're getting paid for 8.5 hours. So they got the sweet spot. But it's all repetition. They know their route, and they know how they could look at mail and just sort it by the name. I'm still at the point where I'm getting put on different routes, and it's all numbers, and it makes your head go squirrely pretty quickly.
The reason why you would want to keep this job is because it's a good job. It probably has a lot of benefits and security, tons of reasons to stay. But if you ultimately don't like it and you prefer restaurants, or you'll use those as a springboard for something else, that's all good too.
Well, this is where I'm at mentally on job, profession, this, that, or the other. This year has really shined, or shed a light on how fragile life is and how very little control that we have. And it just comes down to one basic question. Are you working to live, or are you living to work? And I don't want to be in a job where I am living to work, where I'm working 60 hours a week, where I have one day off a week, where I'm exhausted and just literally on the couch trying to get any energy back whatsoever just to go back and do it again for another week. And then time passes, and what do you have? The job that I had before COVID was 6:30 in the morning till 12:30, 1 o'clock, Monday through Friday. It gave me the freedom to be in 3 different bands. It gave me the freedom to have my weekends off, and I want that back. And I want to enjoy as much as I can. I want to be able to have the freedom to do this 2 times a week and to have it out the next day. That's where I'm coming from.
But maybe the post office isn't it. Maybe we both find something that is going to give us the security that we crave, that probably rightfully we should crave, let's say. I guess what I'm trying to say is it would be fantastic to find security in something that you love as well, or that you could at the very least tolerate going to for a 9 to 5.
I don't have to impress anyone by the clothes I wear, and frankly, wealth is being happy. Being wealthy is being happy living in your means, where you're not spending money you don't have. And frankly, since I've been sober, that's not a fucking issue. My credit card bills, my car, my student loans, everything is getting paid off now. I'm not accruing. Is that a word?
It is.
Yeah, I'm not accruing new debt.
Yeah.
Ryan, you have no idea how many times I have to just take out stuff that I say on this podcast because I'm making up words and it's not even the right thing. It's a trip.
Now that I'm thinking about it, don't ask me. I don't know if it's the right word. Accruing.
Fuck. Here we go. This is like a Bill Burr podcast.
No, but I know you're not acquiring more debt. Is that it? No.
Yeah, accruing. Yeah. I never think to use my computer, even though I'm sitting on it during shit like this. Oh my goodness.
But no, I know what you mean. My financial situation is much better as well. More, but mostly thanks to the pandemic. But my own savings and spending has kind of balanced itself out. Know how to cook inside of my home, and also not spending money on all kinds of shit going out. So it is nice. It's nice to just have security and know where everything is too.
And it's also nice to be in a situation where you can put a little money aside and keep saving. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's 40 or 50% of the country can't handle $1,000 expense, like an emergency, if you need to go to the hospital or something like that. Mm-hmm. I'm very blessed to be where I'm at, and I've always not really worried about the material aspect of life. I got my computer, I have my instruments, I have a really dependable, reliable car that's almost paid off, and it's a 2013 Toyota, so that thing is gonna fucking last forever. Mm-hmm. And I do not care about getting something. I take that back. I would like to get an electric vehicle. I would like to get off of fossil fuels, and it just.
I like a home personally. Like if you could,
I would like a house to live in.
Well, yeah, man. You could, first of all, that could be your home forever, and you can die in it, and it could be a tomb for you. And also, you spend the money. Like, if you take out a loan, and like for single family homes, and like, what do I need? I need a building the size of this apartment, 2 bedrooms. For what reason the second bedroom, I don't know. But it would, in Knox, Indiana, it would cost.
It's a very, very, very fine house.
Yeah, man.
With 2 kids in the yard. Mm-hmm. Life wouldn't be so hard. Now everything is easy because of you.
By the way, it was 2 cats in the yard. They don't have any kids. You know that those hippies couldn't take care of any kids. All those pot smoking hippies out there in Laurel Canyon. Anyway, David Crosby taking care of kids in his 20s.
Dude,
no, but you know what I mean. Like, you could pay that off, and then that's your home.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's the American dream, Ryan.
Just a home.
This is the dystopia that we are in, because it's like a
home.
It's a far off fantasy to like even consider
car
that.
Or child. Jesus Christ.
I don't really strive or yearn for my own house just yet, and I am a tiny house enthusiast. I feel like I want a couple though. So
just like a fleet, like you have a semi trailer and 3 houses behind you on the trailer.
Yeah. Well, I always kind of fantasized about like our group of friends getting our own little neighborhood of tiny houses.
Yes.
But the older you get, the less I want to be around anyone and just have my own place. But I would like to have a tiny house, but a tiny house is not going to fit all of my music stuff. So no. I want a tiny studio. So I want a tiny house to live in and a tiny studio right behind my tiny house to go out and record music in or do a podcast. Mm-hmm. And then I have one for jacking off. Just a jack off booth.
Whole house. No, that's a large house.
No, that's the biggest one.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's the biggest one. Mm-hmm. I have enough room to grab the hog and go for a ride every once in a while.
Well, that's just a very singular activity to commit to a whole house. Do you have different rooms, or is it just one open tiny house?
As open as the Montana prairies.
You just walk into a shell of the house. Yeah. And there's a recliner.
4 walls and a whole wall projector.
Hell yeah.
Pornhub.
No, what I want is like I said, to build that home, but then there are secret passageways underground like a mole, and you would find like, here's the place where I keep a ton of guns. Here's the place where I keep all my money. The dungeon that I sleep with, or where I take women to have sex in, the dungeon area. So
you're
like, you just go there and it looks like, oh, all right, this is like just a singular family home, but you rip open the carpet and it's insanity.
You're a modern day pirate.
Yes. Yes.
I bury my treasure south of my house. And then my guns are to the east. And then my sex dungeon, that's a interesting twist.
Absolutely. Yeah. Some perversion that's just down underground. And but like Walter White, for example, what was he had the crawl space, right? He had the crawl space. Am I right about that?
Well, he opened a wall up. I don't know if it was necessarily a crawl space.
Well, I remember the scene
talk to me about Breaking Bad until you finish the show.
Finish the thing.
This is a new rule. Breaking Bad is off limits because I cannot respect your opinion on the show until you finish the last.
What about The Wire? You know, like we're experiencing it together. I'm just getting warmed up here.
I'm in the process. I'm in the process of finishing The Wire. I'm in season 5 and I'm watching it. You stopped watching the last season of Breaking Bad right when Hank finds out and shit absolutely fucking hits the fan. Every episode is insane. And you stopped right there. That I sent you that IMDb episode rating to show you in the last 5, 6, 7 episodes, it's north of 9.5 every episode, 9.9, a solid 10. The third to last, it's so good, dude. The finale's 9.8 or 9.9. Dude, talk about, like Doug said, sticking the landing, and it sticks the landing.
I have no. Well, I think my excuse was I was hurt at the time, but now my excuse is.
And of course, I'm just adding a little flair and dramatics to it. I don't really give a shit if you finished or not, but for the sake of the podcast, that's where we're going with it. But yeah, you have a valid reason why you stopped watching it.
But now I don't have a TV, so we got to get on that so that we can watch programs.
Yeah, let's get this podcast up and
let's get some money going.
Yeah.
Here's one for you, Matt. I got a story for you. Moment in time that happened. Big moment in time. I was going home from getting a burrito. No telephone on me. Here's the moment in time that happened. I'm walking home and I pass someone else who's walking away from me, and there's a telephone pole. All 3 things happening right then. Me, that person, and the telephone pole. And on the telephone pole was a flyer for a missing person. And that person's face that I just passed was on the flyer. On that flyer was that person who just walked past me. And I stopped and kind of took a look at the flyer again, really looked at it long and hard and thought about who just walked past me, kind of looked at the facial features because, I don't want to profile a person. And I'm reading and it says this person is autistic. Call this number if you find out about them. And this flyer has been up since December 18th. This person is within my range because this all happened at the Funston Elementary School and on Armitage Avenue. So there's this little playground that's pretty much accessible to the public. This person's up inside of the playground. So I walk over to them and I said their name.
I don't even know if this is a funny story, but
dude, yeah,
I can't stop laughing picturing all of this.
It was already and by the way, my heart is just thumping ever since I looked at that person and then to the flyer that was literally to my left. I'm like, oh, so I walk up to them and said, well, what were you going to say?
No, keep going.
I walked right up to him at the playground and said, so-and-so? And they responded, and it was them. It was that person. And I said, how are you? And they said, I'm sorry. Which means in their head, because again, this person is autistic, they probably thought that they weren't supposed to be on this playground equipment. So this person is getting out of there now. And once again, I don't have a telephone because if I did, I would have just checked to see and just said hi and then went back and looked at the flyer and dialed the number. and kept the person there if I could have. Instead, I blew the whole thing. I said, hi. And they go, oh, I'm sorry. And so I said, oh, no. You're okay. And I left. But they're already starting to leave. As soon as I got without eyesight, I start running as quickly as I can, burrito in hand, getting my keys, get upstairs, put the burrito down, get the phone, go back down. And I'm going to make a long story short. They were gone from the playground. I went back to the flyer, called up the number, and that person had since been found. That person, it was okay. They had since been found. Those flyers were outdated, and they're no longer missing. So I said, okay. And I'm on the phone. I go, okay, well, when I see them, I'm going to take those flyers down now. And, I said, thank you very much. And that's how it ended. But dude, that moment of walking past someone and then you go, I think I've seen that person's face on a flyer, to look over and then see the flyer and their face was unbelievable. I ought to start playing the lotto. Like, I could not believe it. Fucking nuts. That happened on Tuesday, burrito in hand. Pretty crazy shit, huh?
That's amazing.
It was the weirdest thing that's ever happened.
What's funny about the story to me personally is the fact that right before we started doing this podcast today, I was getting air in my tires on my car, and there was a missing persons flyer on the door of the gas station of two women. And I literally said to myself, those flyers never fucking work. And here we are, right, an hour later, and you're telling me, sans phone, but with a burrito, you had one of the most dramatic things ever happen.
And like you said, you always think like, man, this is just something that happened. Who knows?
I pay way more attention to the missing cat posters than I do.
It's all sad, man. It's all just, I know those posters just drive me crazy. That just shows you
that shows you where my priorities lie. I value a stranger's cat than I do a stranger. maybe fuck it. I don't care. That's who I am. I love kitties. They're gifts. They're gifts to us.
I'll be walking around the city. Yeah,
blessings from Jesus.
We're going to go to Istanbul, where they have nothing but just cats are a part of their culture. They just hang around everywhere. It's like for every 10 people, you see one cat. Sounds awesome to me.
Istanbul, Germany. I'm quite familiar.
No, that's not.
Germany's meccas for commerce and social appetites.
Istanbul, Germany.
I got these 3 little bumps right in the middle of my hand. I don't know if it's ringworm. I think it's fungal.
Is it on the inside of the palm or on the other side?
Other side. But it is itchy. It is itchy, and I'm susceptible to the fungal infections, especially since I moved out here. I don't know if my body's pH, whatever the fuck you want to say, is more susceptible to it, or if I'm better acclimated to the Midwest. Nevertheless, since
you got a lot of moisture out there in the air, too,
and there's a lot of there's a lot of spores. There's
fungus and spores and mold growing everywhere. So it's just happening to you now.
But with this working this job, I have gloves on. I have gloves on all day. So it's this moisture, and it's the perfect breeding grounds. And I don't know if it's ringworm. I've had ringworm before. It definitely is not presenting itself as a ring shape, but Christ almighty, it's just pestering me, and it's super itchy.
Well, you got that computer right in front of you. I would be
No, I have plenty of ointments.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna put my cream on it and hope it
Hope that it clears up that ringworm.
hope cream takes care of ringworm. So fucking
Yeah, no, that sounds. I had poison ivy on my feet over last year because I was cleaning up. I had did a lot of work on my parents' home with. Oh God, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering all the way through this, but like they have their giant bushes that kind of work their way through the backyard, and they've just grown over to hell. So I was kind of chopping at them to clean everything back, and I think I got poison ivy, and it destroyed my feet, man. It really hurt. Admittedly, I don't know how it ended up getting on my feet, but it was there.
Poison ivy is more socially acceptable, yet it's 1,000 times worse than having ringworm. But ringworm comes with this social damnation where everybody looks down on you.
Well, yeah, I get it cleaned up because it's like
get that?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
That's disgusting. Who did you touch?
Yeah, how did you get this, man? I guess not the how, but how will we rectify this thing on your hand?
I have creams. I have creams.
And now a brand new segment for You Don't Know Them. Veggie Facts with Ryan Ersman.
Are baby seeds because stalks put them in women's bellies?
No, that's the stork. That's two separate things completely.
But if a human eats a veggie, then the seed is inside. Is a human a veggie too?
No, they're human. That's all they are. They're a seed because that's a slang for sperm, is that you have a seed, and so that's why like a baby is a seed.
Where are mamas? Where are the mothers' bellies for the seeds of the sunflower storks?
Where are the mothers' bellies for the seeds of the sunflower storks? Where are the mothers' bellies for the seeds?
Are there other vegetables besides flowers?
Yes, all different kinds of vegetation, Matt.
Like,
broccoli, for example. That grows. That's an actual vegetable.
Does broccoli have a stork to take care of it?
There's no, the stork is really a wise tale, and sex is. I can explain sex to you if you want.
Is the dirt the daddy that's having sex with the stork to make broccoli?
No, the dirt is the mama, because that's the fertile land that you need for a seed to be able to grow, and but again, there is no stork involved.
How much money does broccoli make? Do the vegetables have bank accounts?
No. They do nothing else but grow. Have you ever seen a tree?
Yeah.
Think of a smaller edible version of a tree.
And that's a stork?
That's a broccoli.
Oh.
They just stay in their spot, and they're usually put there by a seed. Somebody planted them there.
Is there something wrong with their feet then?
No, they don't have feet. They have a root system underneath.
Why?
Because that's just how these things grow. That's the nature of them.
From Mama Dirt?
From Mama Dirt and Daddy Seed.
Thank you for listening to You Don't Know Them's Veggie Facts with Ryan Ersman. We hope you learned something. I sure did.
get this. My job is so awesome in the sense that I get to, once I'm out of the office, when I'm in the office and I'm putting up the mail and I'm getting ready to go on my route, then I have earbuds in and I'm listening to podcasts. And that's usually when I can knock out 2 or 3 or 4 podcasts a day when I'm doing 3 to 4 hours inside the mail office. And once I get on the route, then I have a Bluetooth speaker and I just listen to whatever music I want to listen to in the background. And the other day, instead of listening to the library of all the music that I have on my phone, I have an Apple Music subscription. So I just went and browsed and was looking at different playlists, and 90s rock came up. So I said, fuck it. Let's have a day of nostalgia. You know what song I walked away from realizing that I absolutely love it unironically, and it's not even a guilty pleasure, because when I hear that melody and the chorus and the verse and the ending with that guitar riff and the slide guitar, fucking I Want to Do by Sheryl Crow.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I got fucking goosebumps, dude. I got goosebumps listening to that fucking end, that little like with the slide
isn't
guitar.
That a cool ending? Yep.
And the guitar riff, bow, bow, down, down, bow, down, down, boom, bow, 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 ba down, bow,
do. Otherwise, the bar is ours. Yeah, it is a cool song, isn't it? The sun and the moon.
And of course, I like to harmonize with anything. It's a really fun song to harmonize with. And if it makes you happy. I just realized I'm a Sheryl Crow fan, apparently. That was the walk away from that day.
From that, you were like, oh, yeah, you're into her. Strong Enough is a really good song. That's a really good song from her. That's the one that I always am like, all right, that's... but outside of that... and maybe, what was that one? That's the guitar.
I really can't think. And
You're my favorite mistake. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're my favorite mistake.
But I just really don't know a lot about her music, actually. I don't know.
And I don't give a shit. I'm a sucker for melodies.
That song. But that's a good song. Absolutely.
Dude, 90s rock has such unmistakable optimism, and the melodies, and commercialized, blah blah blah. I am just as much of a fucking music snob as I've ever been, but when I can unironically just enjoy music that I've heard on the radio when I was growing up, it's a blast. There are songs that I just immediately skip over, that I just will not do. Obviously, Smash Mouth is not going to be listened to. But Better Man by Pearl Jam is just one of the worst songs ever made.
Really? Why?
I hate it. I have no reason. It's just a gut reaction. But Alive, Jeremy, and Even Flow, I still fucking really enjoy just the craftsmanship of their songwriting and all around how powerful those 3 songs are. But besides that, Pearl Jam really fucking annoys me. And it's just that Eddie Vedder bullshit. But still, those 3 songs, man, and the unmistakable brilliance of Black Hole Sun, and when you really break down Chris Cornell's voice on that song and trying to sing it too.
No, it's very hard, right?
Yeah, it's incredible.
He hits all the really high notes. It's impossible to sing.
And
Rusty Cage was always my jam with Soundgarden. That's a killer song.
Yeah. And it's also the structure of the melody, and specifically Black Hole Sun, with the bridge where it's the black hole sun, there she gone. Whatever. That continues, and when you're singing it, it's an endurance. It is quite the endurance. And another thing comes to mind, Give It Away Now, the lyrics of that is true vocalist showmanship of being able to really hammer home a song through the fruition of the duration of the song. Because, man, it is a fucking marathon to do either of those songs. And the last song I did was Toxic by Brittany Spears.
Awesome.
Yes. I knew every fucking word.
Oh, yeah, it's the woman's best song, man, ever. Absolutely.
I don't know, man. Oops, I Did It Again.
Nah, Toxic's hot. Or you know what?
Do you remember? I mean, yes. Okay, I'm going to just shut the fuck up because Toxic is the hottest music video.
Maybe so I'm a Slave for You might be in the running. Yes, that song is sick, and the video didn't have that snake or like the video of that was really
good
sexy
song
too. Yeah.
I think I'm going to listen to 90s pop tomorrow.
You know who made that too, by the way? I'll tell you, that was Pharrell creation.
Of course.
That was a Neptune song.
Like him.
Yeah. Go find yourself that's what you do tomorrow is you go find yourself all of Pharrell stuff and just start knocking it out.
'Cause I'm happy.
Well, I guess you start from there, but I don't know. Start at the beginning, I'd rather. 'Cause I'm happy. Boo! Give us back.
I fucking love that song.
It's a good song. It's not bad, but dude, he was NERD, that nerd group, which was I can't think of any one song actually that it's almost over now. But the albums themselves were just really cool.
He was a great
to listen to. Yeah. Absolutely.
Probably cool still albums. Is. I don't really know.
I don't know what he does either. I guess he went to all. I don't know what his music is like now, because when you become a pop star, sometimes you start taking from other people's samples, but his music itself was so good back then in the 2000s and the noughts.
Yeah, I think I kind of, when you say sampling, I immediately think of Girl Talk, and I kind of want to try to find more than that one album of just pure gold that he did. So that was great.
Yeah, it was Night Ripper was one we were always... Night Ripper and Feed the Animals were kind of in our college years. And
I've only listened to Night Ripper. I've never listened to anything else.
Oh, man. Feed the Animals was worth your time, too. In my opinion, they all are. He's actually I had this moment happen where I was talking about him and I could tell oh yeah, I already saw them 3 times, that kind of energy to him. So I know that maybe his time has passed, but those shows were really fun. The albums were really fun. There was just nothing to bitch about with that guy. I got to see him live in Bloomington. I think it was the Bluebird. And that was a fun show. But he did something there that I never heard on a record, which was he took Van Halen's Jump. And he gave it the halftime. Instead of keeping it up with the 4/4, he cut it in half. So I'm going to lean in. It sounded like... And with some rap over the top of it, it blew my fucking mind, man. I thought it was so cool.
All right, bud.
All right, dude. Good talking to you, Matt.
Good talking to you too.
Yeah. Be in
Have
touch,
have a blessed day and a blessed weekend, and may the Lord walk your path, and may you find that inner gentleman that you're looking for.
Yeah, that I want to be. Indeed, dude.
Send my love to the family.
I will. To yours as well.
Done deal. Later, buddy.
Take her easy, man.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
No, you don't know them. No, you don't know them. Interesting conversations with interesting people. You don't know